hungry. I wanted my other pepper. I made stuffed peppers tonight. I mean, I made them last night. I made two. I have me another pepper in there, and I'm going to make the rest of it. I have some more fillings that I'm able to. I gotta get this done tomorrow. Y'all, it is changes, changes, changes. Things and stuff. Welcome, 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 y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Sylvia 414, y'all, and I am Sylvia Rough Edge Late. Coming to bring you some of that balance in the middle, that 414. Y'all. Today has been a bad day. Can't really say it's been a good day. It's just been, sometimes you have a day. Sometimes you just have a day, and it just is what it is. And I believe that the God knows that sometimes you just have a day. Today I had a day, and my day, excuse me, and my day was, I'm just trying to see if I put this a little closer, I can cut it better. I put it in this bowl, trying to contain it so it wouldn't slide around. It's really hard to cut things with a knife in a bowl. But it was just a little long, and it wasn't not, it was very productive. That's probably what made it long. It was tiring. Even though my productivity did not, the most moving that I did, like literally moving. Welcome, y'all. Was my exercise. Was my exercise. And I ain't finished them. I'm telling myself I'm gonna tackle them other 10 minutes when I get off of here. I ain't gonna be up here long. We're gonna talk about a little bit of buttons. Then I'm gonna get out y'all way. But the only reason that I did not finish, the only reason that I did not finish my my setup can ready to get a little better, y'all. It's can ready to get better. I said there was changes. I'm gonna talk about the changes, but let me talk about why I didn't finish my exercise. Cause Mini Me 3000 just went blonde, y'all, like for real blonde. Like my baby, and it's not even as blonde as she wanted it. She she was definitely not striving for black woman blonde, and I can't even knock her. Any black woman know what black woman blonde is. There might be some other nationalities of women that might know what black woman blonde is. Black woman blonde, honey blonde. Honey blonde, black woman favorite blonde. That was how my mother-in-law blonded for years. It's a little lighter than honey blonde now, but she been honey blonde. When she went back black, she ain't never stayed black for long because she was so used to being honey blonde. My baby kept saying, because that look at here, look at here, look at here. I just posted on my people's page because I just lost some family. I just lost my cousin. And I posted on her sister's page. She posted, that my cousin had passed away. And I was like, that's the reason, cause and her hair was just so fly. Her hair always stayed fly. I said she the reason that I became a cosmetologist. Like I always loved doing hair from my Barbie days. So that was before she even started doing hair. But I just posted on my cousin page. I was like, she had y'all out there looking like Salt and Pepper. While Salt and Pepper was out there, I'm talking about when they first came out, and everybody was on their haircuts, because everybody was on their haircut. Stop playing if you was not on Salt and Pepper haircut. If you is in my age group, shoot, or theirs, because they were older than me. I couldn't get my hair cut like that. But I dang sure loved it. Oh my God, did I love it. I was like maybe 9. I couldn't be like, but as soon as I could, I did. And I did it with a Jerry curl, but still couldn't tell me no, my asymmetric. I was ready to be asymmetric, buddy. I stayed asymmetric for a long time because I ain't gonna see my two ponytails. They got ankles. That baby had came on TikTok. I had seen her on TikTok, and I think I had seen her on YouTube talking about the aunties, the aunties that be out here wearing the two ponytails. They be having them up in them buns and stuff, trying to look young. And y'all see, I got my little lug out there. My peoples told me, my spiritual mama sister told me I need to push that back. I said, oh, no, she don't. I said, that is the little guy, and she is coming along. What she's going to do is get a shell on her when I get ready to shell them, since I got them all locked down right now. But it is what it is. I was wearing two ponytails when I was little, and if I like the style, because one thing I don't do is walk around trying to be nobody but that. I don't try to be nobody age but that. I have no problem with telling people what my age is. I ain't trying to be no youngin on any given day. But what nobody is gonna do at any point in time is tell me how to rock my nothing. Unless I'm trying to hear you. If you say something to me and I see the wisdom in what you're saying, I take that. Age does not negate that for me. But if it's foolishness, it's foolishness, baby. And that there was foolishness. My baby walking around here all blonde and stuff. That thing threw me for a loop. Even when she said she was going to get blonde, I was like, Lord, I'm not. I'm gonna get blonde and red, but I'm going to do it. I'm not even gonna put a semi-permanent. I'm not gonna do anything chemical to this. It's gonna be all painted on, all yeah. Because I liked it when I did it. They did it for me already, and I know I can do that. I'll just take the time to do it until it looks the way that I want it to look. Yeah. So I hope y'all been having a good day. Like, like I said, I won't say it was a bad day. It was definitely not bad. It was just a lot. It was just a lot. So, y'all, I didn't want to say nothing here because I felt like I was talking about it too much in private. Look, you never gonna see me come on this platform, and I have said that before, and not give the utmost reference to the God at any given time. Because, woo, it is only the Most High, only the Most High, only the Most High. the Most High opened the door. I have been getting instruction. Like, I used to post this saying, this phrase, and I still post it from time to time, called hashtag crazy talk. I'm going to start right here, and I might go a little backward and a little forward. Hashtag crazy talk. I said I find it hard to say that I have a friend online because I was the person, y'all, showers, excuse me, I thought I was going to lose my whole plate. Showers and cleaning in your nose, it's a good thing, but your nose just be wanting to run all over the place. But me being the person that I know I am as far as technology, which, by the way, is the reason that the biggest reason that I always say I ain't asked for this. Because this is technology. It's stuff I have to do to deal with technology, to get prepared to come live, to get prepared to make the videos so, I can cut them down so y'all can watch them. I know my lives don't get watched like talking about it, not on YouTube. They don't get watched like talking about it on Facebook, but people do come on Facebook and watch them. Once I break them down, they start getting watched. It takes a lot. It takes a lot. I have had a judge, which was one of my customers, after explaining everything that goes on and, working a full-time job, say to me, I don't see how you do it. Had a church member who I choir with, I love her dearly, say to me, I don't see how you do it. I be tired trying to make sure that I am adhering to what I believe that the Most High has spoke to my spirit from me to y'all. And to get here, welcome, 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 y'all. Like, share, and subscribe. To get here has been some kind of journey. Like, it has been some kind of journey. Like, I have done things and I've talked about on this platform that I will say that I was led by the Most High, and somebody else who may share in the same religion to me may not agree on multiple things. I have to do what I believe to be done when I hear calling. And as I've done it, I've seen all of it play out. Like, for real, I've seen all of it play out, and I've seen fruit ain't always money. The fruit of my labor is not always money. I really do like coming up here engaging with y'all. Like, I really do like when I get the engagement back. And I ain't saying I get it back often, but I do. And I like it. I really do like when y'all come up and encourage me. I do. I will be inhuman to sit up here and say that I don't like any of that stuff. But before anything, I like coming up here and engage with y'all. But my daughter told me that a long time ago. You famous on TikTok. I guess it's because you know I'm a clown. I've never been one to really chase money. When I say that was a long time ago, I know that was probably 10 years or better. I've only been on Facebook since 2018. I ain't go out there and run out there and just get on TikTok because she said something. And I knew that I did not want to just, that daggone pepper was good, y'all. I'm mad as God. Oh my God. I want to just get out there and be clowning just because I was going to clown. I wanted there to be some purpose to it. My pepper is all the way gone. And I am all the way sad about it. So there have been ways that I believe that the Most High has said trust, but wouldn't agree with what the average person may do to trust and how the average person may go about it to trust. I got a place, y'all. Y'all know I've been in this room for the last year. This is my second bout renting a room. 2020, before I went homeless. On purpose. Homeless on purpose. Homeless on purpose. D God asked the thing of me. I don't know if D God was going to be asking me to be homeless, but God asked me to leave my job. And I boxed. And I boxed and I boxed. I know we talking about buttons. We're gonna talk about the buttons. Excuse me, but I wanted to get my good news. I got me a place. When I told people, my peoples just didn't understand why I was doing this. They're like, you're not getting paid. But I do make a little change on Facebook. I was making a little change on Facebook. I was. It wasn't enough to support me. That's why I know that I do it because I love to engage y'all. But I was making a little change on Facebook, and I wasn't prior to being obedient to the instruction that I believe that I got. I'm not talking Bible, and I read the Bible. And at that point, I was reading it daily. I'm getting back on track with that because God knows I go through a thing, but what God knows above the thing that I go through is that I love the God. And I have sought ye first the kingdom. And it all led to here. See, I was content in my room in 2020. I did not have to leave. I was good there. It was just enough room for me. Excuse me, all right. I had a little bit of pepper in my teeth. But D God said different. D God wanted something different. The Bible verse I'm reading tonight is talking about being able to turn away from quarrels. But I find these two things similar. Because D God dealing with me on that too. That's a personal thing. God had to deal with me. God asked me for years to give up that job. God didn't particularly say give up your place. Wasn't even in my own place. God was asking me to give up the job, get my health together. Get my health together. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to afford to live if I give up the job. When I said that, when I made that statement, God said, okay, because you don't know what's in my door. You don't know what's behind door number 2 or 3 or 4. You don't know what I got. But since you said it, since your mouth said it, since you called those things that was not as though they were, I ain't going to be able to take care of myself is what I said. I didn't just say, okay, God, I trust you. That's what that carnal mind mean, throw a little religion in. That's what that carnal mind mean. Your mind really can't think. If you are a person out there that believes in the Most High and there is any point in you at any time that say, no, God, I can't. Let me narrow it down to Christianity. We're not just going to talk to the Most High. Because God's I belong to the Christian religion. So we're gonna narrow it down to Christianity. Once we say I can't, we have negated good old Jesus. What did Jesus get up there for? Once we say I can't, for any reason, for any reason, for any reason. I don't care how we feel. I don't care what we've gone through. I don't care what we lost. I don't care what we stand to lose. If we can say, Christians, I can't, then the mind is not in us that was in Jesus the Christ. That part. So, now I'm going to go back and tell you how I got to play it. This be the job. That be the job. This be the work. I got a word a few years back. Do not allow the job to interfere in the work. I'll take you back even more. While I had people telling me, go get it, go get it, go get it, go get it, you're not doing enough. I had people telling me, business owners, and some of those people that made me feel like or told me I wasn't doing enough, they were business owners, but even the ones that weren't, they were go-getters. They were go-getters. I'm not going to take anything away from anybody. So we got go-getters on both sides. But this was one person on the other side. One person told me, he gave it to me. You know, when I get it twice, it's important. And it wasn't even the same year. She gave it to me once. 2 jobs, 2 people. 2 jobs, 2 people. You're on 2 jobs, you cannot minister properly. Like, okay, God. When she had to tell me that the second time, look, and I just talked to the person. Like, that was a sore spot. I was working with family that second time. That was a sore spot. Because family is expecting that you're just going to be faithful to the duty that you have stepped up to. Family kind of don't care that you said. People don't really care. It's rarely that you're going to find a person that cares that you said God told you to move. Now let's go back to the job right quick. I'm no longer there. It was the scariest thing that I've done. Mm-hmm. Scariest thing that I've done. And it's all about trusting God. And y'all see how I'm talking to the present, I ain't talking to the past. Because I had no clue I was about to get a place when the God put on my spirit to go ahead and lead a job. I'm working on my financial mind, and I'm not going to knock myself because I know I'm getting it together. But what I know, there was no savings. There was no savings. What I also knew, I didn't want to argue with God about it this time. When I say that if and one of y'all watch, y'all hear me holler about Night and Day and Ringo. If and one of y'all watch them, like, come on. I'm one of the ones that'll watch Night and Day through their whole lives. Sometimes them cats go live for hours and hours and hours, and I'm not going to particularly sit at one particular time and just watch 4 hours worth of a podcast. That's a lot. But I will cut it off and come back to it, cut it off and come back to it, watch the rest of it. Because a lot of people don't do that. They're correct. They are very correct. And a lot of podcasters say that if it's not about the drama, people really not trying to be in there for it. And it's cool. It's cool if that's what you're there for. But you got to understand, bigger fish. Y'all, look, I clean these glasses and they ain't even clean. I ain't even clean them good. You gotta understand bigger fish. Um, so God spoke a word for me to. I didn't even realize it had been 2 weeks. I don't know why, because God spoke a word for me to. Spoke that word through night and day. Spoke the word through Ringo first. Spoke the word through Ringo that working a full-time job and doing this is next to impossible. And I don't even do it on as nowhere near of a scale as these cats as of yet. No, as of nobody that I follow, that I watch as of yet. Most of the people I follow have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and we are still scratching on 200 store, and I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Um, but yeah, it's the word I got. And so when I went to my soup, she's the first management. She's the first person that's been over me, a supervisor, a manager, what have you, that I have felt so comfortable with calling boss because I don't use that word. I don't use it lightly. I feel like I only have one. But the Most High sent me one in human form that I feel enough respect for that I'm good with calling you boss. Like, because that woman is worth her weight in gold. And I appreciate her. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Y'all like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Let's go ahead on and build up the Sylvie. Let's build up the Sylvie. Um, well, yeah. So I get the word. Ringo's word came way before the night and day guys. To me, the night and day guys stood as confirmation to what Ringo had said. And when I was watching that podcast and they said what they said, that made me say, "Okay, guys, feels like," because this time it what the word wasn't leave your job. The word from God wasn't leave your job like it was the first time. This time the word was when it's time to leave, like when it's time to quit and do this. And I got that word from the same place that I got that I needed to start posting my content, because before that I wasn't. I was just going live on Facebook. I wasn't posting no content. I didn't even know how. All I knew how to do was post the live button. When that person's and this not somebody I knew. That's why I say God can speak. Don't the peoples know that the Most High said that if you don't praise the Most High, then the rocks will cry out. These are just not a good pair of glasses because I just keep messing with them and stuff. And I might got some oil on them or something. I don't know. Um, but yeah, the rocks will cry out, and yeah, I'm not for the rocks crying out. So I got to talk. I got to praise all that good stuff. So I go to my soup, and I'm totally honest with her, telling her what I'm telling you guys right now. And she wants to put me on leave of absence just to make sure I'm sure. She understands. I'm just bound to thinking that anybody that hears me say it is thinking this chick is crazy. This chick is crazy. If I have to be crazy for the God, then I'm gonna have to do what I have to do because this is where I'm at with it right now. So I tell her what's going on. She puts me on leave of absence. At that point, I start talking to God. I'm like, God, I hope that you're not counting this leave of absence against me. I said, because I told her I needed to resign. She said she wanted to put me on leave of absence. You have to know that my first supervisor did that too in 2020, not put me on leave of absence, but try to talk to me because I was honest then as well, because I liked that supervisor. I didn't call her boss, but I did like her. So I was honest with her. She was like, God ain't gonna let you do this. God won't let us do it that way. I'm like, yeah, no, because I don't fault this and fault this and fault this. Got to do it now. Um, so I went on leave of absence, and then I began to bring other people into it. Now my soup, I had to talk to. I wasn't just gonna leave high and dry. Um, And when I started to bring people in it, it started to distort how I would see God, because until then I was sure. Till then I was sure. Didn't know what I was going to do. Didn't know, but I made sure that I didn't say I can't. That's what I made sure that I didn't say. I didn't know what. I'm like, Lord, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. You want me, Lord, you want me to do this again? I don't know. You don't want me to do this again. Like, Lord, what in the world? You have to know, like I said, when Ringo first said it, it was a minute ago. It's a minute. And when Sophia said it, when she posted that she's Sophia's a young adult minister under, I think, a bishop called John Eckhart. I think he's a bishop. Don't fall. So she said it. It might have been 2 years ago, year and a half, something to that effect. And then I get Ringo, and then I get the Night and Day guy. So really, this is 3 times. Um, so after the week is up, I wait. When did I get? I got the email about the place and this housing, but guess what? It's my whole plan. It's based on your income. Look, this is how God showed up, cause I cause I have been in housing before and on Section 8. God gave me my time on Section 8 and took it away. He said you had your time. Both of those, you had to go in there with your income. Like, they wanted you to still have, that was pertinent, that you still be holding your job. If you quit after you got in there, that's something different. But you be holding your job when you go get your Section 8, when you go get some based on your income or some housing. This is based on your income. I say housing is based on your income. So I'm like, Lord, because what happened was the day that I put my resignation in, which was probably about 2 days after I was supposed, might have been the next day. I think it was the next day. I felt like the Most High wanted me to do it on Monday, and I was off that day. And I waited until Tuesday. That's why I say the next day. I was scheduled to work on Tuesday, but I made sure I was going to say I made sure I did it before the shift, but there's no way that I could have done it before the shift. I did it at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Put that resignation in at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. By 8 o'clock that night, I'm about to come live. Because I'm working on getting myself, I don't believe that I said that on a few nights. I don't believe I'm supposed to be here at night every time. Monday nights, yes. Every time, no. But that's me working on it. That's me working on it. So, it was 8 o'clock at night. I just happened to pull down my top for my notification. And I noticed I had an email. And it said the name of the apartment complex, the name of an apartment complex. I won't say the. I really had forgot that I had applied because it was last year when I first moved in. I applied last year when I first moved in. And when I saw the name of the apartment complex, I'm like, what in the world is they doing in my email? Did I apply for a job with them and forgot? Because like I said, I forgot that I applied. Y'all, I opened that email up and seen that they had a 1-bedroom just coming up. Excitement and horror at the same time. Because, girl, you just left your job. How you going to go in there with income? You just left your job. Ooh. Then God put on me stillness. I'm like, okay, God. I looked at the time that email came in. That email said it came in at 3:20. 20 something. I didn't put in my resignation till 4. I didn't get that email until 8. To make a long story short, I had a coworker that found me because we had become friends. She came to Facebook to find me, and I let me tell you, the day before she came to Facebook to find me, because I can't get in this computer, it's locked when I went on leave of absence. The day that she came to Facebook to find me, the day before that, I looked at this computer. I said, Lord, I ain't even get to tell her bye. Like, I ain't even get to give her my number. I said, we were talking every day, Lord. I ain't get to. And when she came and said, I had to come find you and see what was going on, when I read her name, at first I was thrown off because she just came into my inbox. And then when I realized, because it was just a portion of her name, when I realized it was who it was, I said, are you serious, Lord? Did she really come just find me? Okay, then God. Okay, then God. That was crazy. And so I told her what had happened. She says, I wish I could have faith like that. I didn't ask for that statement. It's not easy. It's not easy to turn away from a quarrel, which is what this Bible verse is about, nor is it easy to have a faith that's going to say you would look crazy. And y'all, I feared being out there again. All I kept saying is, Lord, I can't imagine. I was never out there. I was never out there. So let me take that back. But when you don't have your own place, this is it might be my own room place. But there is a lease that says this is mine, and there are channels that have to be taken before I am uh, but before I would have to just exit this premises. That's all I'm saying. When you're homeless, when you're staying with somebody, or when you're in a homeless shelter, that those channels don't have to be taken. You don't have no leases or nothing like that. So yeah, so I start getting everything that she says she needs, and I know I'm concerned because this letter that she's saying she needs is gonna have my end date on it. I'm hoping that it wouldn't. My supervisor even tried to send me something I could use. I was like, that's not what she needs. I said it don't got enough stuff. When I told her what it needed, I had sent it, but she didn't read it correctly. When I told her what she needed, she like, oh, you're gonna have to go to HR for that. So I went to HR, gathered the information. I'm like, I know HR is not gonna put that up there. Excuse me, send that letter without stating that the land. Dang. So that might have been last Thursday, or it had to be last Thursday because I ain't go live Friday. So this last Thursday, she called me today because today I got the email that said that letter said that you left that job. And I was honest. And she told me to come fill out my paperwork to make sure that I get my place. My spiritual mother and someone else I love very dearly told me I need to go back and get the job. There were so many things that God did to confirm. Even Friday night and Saturday morning, God confirmed you good, but I had done brought so many people in it. I was just like, okay. When the last person was like, go try to get the job back, I was like, let me try to get the job back. And although my supervisor was like, you can come back anytime, that's what she told me. But when I went back and was like, I get the job back, he was like, well, no, it's too late. You can apply back in 60 days. I said, okay, God. My heart, my spirit tried to fall at that point. I looked, I said, you're not gonna worry, you're not gonna get worried about that. No, I didn't even say nothing about that. I said, you're not gonna get worried about that when she sent that paperwork today. And I saw that that she was asking about that day that I ain't at that job no more. But God is yet opening the door still. Like I this thing is crazy. Like it's crazy. It's not easy to trust God. It's not easy to say that you're going to give up something for God, especially when it's your security. Because now I might not have as much money as the next person, so somebody might think that I didn't have a lot to give up. But pay a little piece of change for my room. I just told my peoples how much the rooms were that I was looking for because I wanted a specific amount of piece. Pay a little piece of change for my room. I didn't find what I wanted. That's why I'm not paying as much as I would have. I was looking for a room that had my own bathroom in it. I believe that the God knew if I had my own bathroom, I probably would never come out. And I believe I was meant to engage with my landlords and my other roommate. I feel like I was meant to engage. I was meant to have the experience with them. I have enjoyed it. And my landlord don't know. I didn't know things were gonna happen so fast. Like when I say I'm about to move, y'all, about to move into my own place. Y'all have to know that that has been a long time coming. And the Most High knows that I see it. God said, if you see it, okay, God. All right, now real quick, and then I'm gonna get out y'all face real quick. I just came from Proverbs, so I'm gonna give y'all the verse. I'm gonna give y'all the verse before, and I'm gonna give y'all the verse after. It is an honor for a man to cease from strife, but every fool will be meddling. The first verse, that was Proverbs 20:3. Is today the 20th? Okay. You was a whole clown. You just had a, okay. All right. Now look, y'all. I want another pepper. I'm tired. I'm not going in there to stuff no another pepper and put it in the oven because that would be more than fat. But I really want another pepper. I might mess around and go in there and eat some of that filling. Try not to do that either. Um, what I about to say? Oh, verse 2. The fear of a king is as a roaring lion. Whoso provoketh him to anger sinneth against his own soul. You don't want to make that cat mad. I just got finished talking to Lucy. Lucy. I just got finished talking to Lucy. I said, Lucy, you and that other one, Lucy. You don't want to mess with Lucy and the other one. That 1.5 of mine. Let me read it again. Now they ain't kings. These women that don't mess with nobody though. The connector. The fear of a king is as the roaring of a lion. Whoso provoketh him to anger. I just got finished telling Lucy. I tell people, I said, me and you are just getting to know one another, and we have bonded in the way that we have bonded. I said, and that is one thing that you and that other one over there, that 1.5 are of mine. You remind me of, I said, because y'all have such the most timid looking faces that I can see what them folks out there that act like that come from me keeping my window up. That won't be keeping my window up because little bugs want to fly in. I can see what the person who just looks at y'all and just see somebody that probably ain't gonna do nothing or say nothing can't see. You don't want to provoke them to anger. Them chicks don't mess with nobody. They got it written all over their face that they don't mess with nobody. What you don't want to do is provoke them to anger because it's going to be as a roaring lion. Kings don't only do it. Other peoples do it too. Verse 4 says, the sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold. Therefore shall he beg in the harvest and have nothing. While neither of these commentaries spoke about the tiring that strife can have on you, that is what connected it to the sluggard for me, because it connects to verse 2 to me, and this is on my Deacon Bellamy. Go verse before, verse after, and I did read the whole chapter, but I still feel like that was good knowledge that I picked up. Connecting to the king Because if you don't want to provoke the king to anger, that means he don't walk around all his days being angry. You just don't want to mess with him. The king knows how to cease from strife. The king is not every fool that will be meddling. Every fool is ready for whatever. When I tell y'all that the Lord put me in, I just had said to Lucy, 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 Lucy. I just had said to Lucy, Lucy, what did I have said? This is the first time I said it. What were we talking about? Oh, Jonathan, hot-headed. The fool that want to meddle in strife all the time is hot-headed. That what Lord, I think it's Jonathan, won't that Jonathan and Paul? And Paul take Jonathan, and then Jonathan got mad because they got somewhere and Paul ain't want to take the friend. Jonathan's hot-headed. Jonathan ain't had no problem with, Jonathan was that, Jonathan, you probably didn't want to mess with Jonathan either, but when you hot-headed, you not going to move accordingly. And the God had to come to me and say, I need you to get some of that hot out your head. I was like, okay, God, jeez, Louise, people just don't be sitting around just be trying to be hot-headed. People just don't be sitting around. I never sit around trying to think I'm the baddest anything. I really just don't like to be messed with. And my fear really, I be telling folks, my fear, it don't lie with people. Even in being in having been a people pleaser, that's not a fear of people. That is just wanting the people to be happy with you or what have you. Wanting everybody to be satisfied with what you do. That's not because you fear people. That's probably because you want to fit in with people more so than that. But my fear this was a fear. Coming up here talking to y'all. That is part of the reason that the Lord says talking soft answer and not being hot-headed and everything like that, because I'm trying to figure out now how to put my stuff in a way where stuff will just be like, I'm going in to have to put that I will allow all comments. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. I think it's a lot of stuff that needs to be done. I have to get my laptop fixed, and I know that the Most High is going to open up a door for that as well, because the Most High opened up his door. I'm like, please, buddy, stop playing. Huh? And the people think that they might just skip to this video. I might go in and start cutting up yesterday's. But I might just skip to this video and start cutting this one. I don't know. Look, why I can't smile? Jeez Louise. So, Ironside says, how strong the pride that makes a man dread to admit he has been wrong or unwilling to back down graciously for the sake of peace, even though he may feel he is right. Let's talk about the buttons. Providing no divine principle at stake. I said, don't allow your buttons to be pushed, baby. Okay, God. Don't allow your buttons to be pushed, baby. Okay, God. And don't allow your buttons to be pushed, baby. I said, okay, God. Goodness, grateful. Well, each year I've gotten better. But in the beginning, I like to. The other, okay, look, hold up then. Hold up. It is an honor to a man to cease from strife, or better, to remain from strife. A prudent man will not only abstain from causing quarrel, but will hold himself aloof from all contention, and thus have due care for his honor and dignity. How this how different is this from the modern seed, which makes a man's honor consist in his readiness to avenge fancied injury at the risk of his own neighbor's life. That's what strife gets you. Your honor. This not somebody. This not somebody that's out there talking about taking lives, buddy. This not no serial person. This not no gangster. This is somebody whose honor allowing your buttons to be pushed because I was right. How many times I've said when I talk about that button speech, that button sermon, them button sermons, because it was 3 of them, 3 years straight. That whole first year, every time that I allowed the buttons to be pushed, baby, somebody came to me and said, but you was right. And I said, which makes a man's honor consist in his readiness to readiness to avenge fancy injury. Where's the part? But you think you're right. I don't know, but y'all heard me say it the first time. My eyes don't really feel like. I didn't say I was right. It was people that were privy to the situations that said I was right. But God didn't say, if you right, you can let your buttons be pushed. God said, don't let your buttons be pushed, baby. Because pushing these buttons always leads to quarrel. And quarrel can lead to, I just read it. And I didn't even try to YouTube pretty it, because all I'm doing is reading the commentary. All I'm doing is reading the commentary, and it did not say delete. This does not have to be a situation where somebody is just hating somebody, so they went and stepped in their faith. This is someone believing they are defending their honor. If you walk around, I get tired. I do. That's where I connected to number 4. I don't call myself a sluggard, but a sluggard, laziness is, and if you go and you look up the definition of laziness, it is an extreme feeling of tiredness, basically. It's an extreme feeling of tiredness. And for the person that does not want to cease from strife, I cannot imagine you are not feeling something like the sluggard. Because it takes a lot out of you to just be arguing and fighting and all of that jazz. So yeah. Then there was the Gill's commentary. Let's see, did I finish there? Look, at the end of that say, whosoever is a fool showeth his teeth, finds pleasure in strife. Every fool involves himself in such. Every fool finds pleasure in strife. You have to figure out, are you every fool? Are you fool? Gills. It is an honor for a man to cease from strife, as Abraham did when engaged in a quarrel with his neighbor, or in a lawsuit, or in a religious controversy, especially when he finds he is wrong. And I knew they were going to say it again. And indeed, if he is in the right. Why would you want to quarrel with somebody if you're wrong? If you're wanting to quarrel if you're wrong, you are looking for trouble. You are the troublemaker. But why would you want to quarrel if you're wrong? Why do you have to quarrel if you're right? Why you gotta argue about it? I promise you I'm talking to Sylvie. I ain't even talking to Sylvia. I am talking to Yvette Cvet. Because Sylvia ain't going to do it. But Yvette Cvet might. Yvette Cvet might. Shoot. I am talking to Yvette Cvet. You catch it if you... Catch it if you might. Now, what else it has said? When you perceive the issue will lead to no good, and is only about words to no profit, it is an honor to drop it. It is an honor to drop it. If you feel like it's not going nowhere, if you can have effective communication and resolve an issue, cool beans. But if you feel like it's going the wrong way, calm your nerves back up. Exit stage left. You don't have to win the argument if you're right. You've won the argument. You know you're right. You're just trying to prove you're right. Trying to say it with your chest. Can't you walk around saying everything with our chest? Because the God does not want us to do that. The God told us not. The God told us not. Now, we keep doing it. It's on us. The God told us not. Let's see. But every fool will be meddling with the things he has no concern in or is not equal to, yet will carry on the debate, though it be to his disgrace. Now, let me tell you something about me. When I was allowing my buttons to be pushed, and I did like the court, and it don't care if it was a man or a woman, because I will bring you some disgrace, especially if I know I'm right. If I know I'm right. Oh, buddy, bring the words. Even something simple as a definition. I believe God telling me you ain't got to do that. Somebody try to challenge me on something I know. Definitely. Oh, let me go to the internet. Hold up for a minute. Hey, guy. Because I got eggs. I got time today. You want this pour out? Y'all. Turn away from strife. Learn how to trust. God? What? Hello, beautiful. What is it that the Most High might be asking you to do today? That you may be grappling with? That the deepest part of you might want to do, might know you supposed to do. You going back and forth. You might have done put some people in it you ain't supposed to put in it, because you supposed to be hearing God's mouth, voice. And now it's all distorted. Go back to God. And don't be telling nobody this time, beautiful. I love you. Sylvia's out.